All right, Hickok 45, and I just cocked this rifle, and I'm going to shoot it. German Mauser. Pretty nice. I think I'll go across the hill at that left red plate. Ah, I heard that sound. Let's try one of those middle ones. What about the one on the right with the last round? Oh, I knew it was off when I pulled the trigger. Yep, we brought out the German Mauser, the real German Mauser, the BYF, made in Oberndorf, Germany, for Chapter 2. And we wanted to invite you along because I knew you would want to be here. I want to be here because I like this rifle, and so I assume you would want to be here too. I will link to the first video. This is the one that's all matching, and it's a pretty nice rifle. It really, I've got that ugly rubber on it, I know. I'll let you kind of look at the at the stock one last time there before I cover it up again. It gives me the length of pull that I want, that feels really good to me. And I should say, everybody says length of pull, it gives me length of sight. You know, puts my eye in the right place for the sight too. So that's quite important. Oh gosh, I'm sorry, I'm embarrassed. You caught me with the bayonet on. See, I do all my shooting basically when y'all are not around with a bayonet affixed to my rifle. I just feel safer that way. So I'll take it off now. Pretend you didn't see that, okay? You didn't catch me doing that. And you know what I have in my pocket, I think? More bullets, look at that. On a clip. Let's put them down into the magazine. All right? Now we save those clips. They can get expensive these days, those kind of nickel-plated ones. So obviously you can just ram it home and it'll hit the ground and go on shooting like this. That ain't trouble, but I don't want to do that. Oh man, shooting that great federal ammo. It's great that they load 8mm Mauser. You know, it really is, and that's what we're shooting. And by the way, before I take another shot, don't forget all the help that we get from budsgunshop.com, and you know, the firearms they send us, they lend us. It's highly appreciated. So hope you check them out if you've not been to their website. And if you're not a member of the NRA, you need to go to our description and click on the link and join at a discount. Okay? Yeah, I've got one in there. I'm going to try that again over there. There we go. Let's pop him again. Oop, went high. Let's go low. Boom, right on it. All right, nice rifle. Yeah, and if you're not a member of the NRA, you might think seriously about joining for the 5 years. You know, if you've been a, correct me if I'm wrong, if you've been a member for I've been a member for so long. If you're a member for 5 years consecutively, I think that's what enables you to vote for a board of directors. And of course, you know, a lot of people criticize the NRA and any big organization. And if you're a member in good standing and you can vote within that organization, you change things you don't like. You have more impact, more say-so in what's going on, okay? So rather than just criticize from the outside, try to make a difference. So, yeah, this is a nice rifle, man. I don't, you know, I guess I like the American rifles a little more in terms of the .03 Springfield. Probably my favorite bolt gun that's a military surplus is, well, I don't know. I could argue that the Swedish Mauser is my very favorite. But beyond that, I would say the .03 Springfield, the 03, with that rear peep sight and everything. It's just a jewel to shoot. But then again, so is this. You know, there's obviously the 03 Springfields were based on this action, so there's not a lot of difference. But these are cool, and I showed you all the light's perfect today, so you might want to see it again here. The markings and everything. Look at that eagle and the swastika, man. Kind of scary stuff, huh? And all the serial numbers match on it. So this is my baby. This is my matching German Mauser, That's kind of the collector I am. I can't see myself maybe ever buying another one of these, maybe ever. I've got a nice one. It's all matching. It's a good shooter. And, you know, okay, this is my best German Mauser. I've got another one that's not matching. It didn't really cost that much. And that's the beauty of them. They don't generally cost all that much. And so this is it. It's just kind of neat, special to have one that's in this kind of condition, matching, the proper finish and everything. I talked about that in the first video, I think. A lot of people think the bolt's supposed to be shiny and all of that, but that's because those have been worked on or worn or whatever. This is the way they come. So check out that first video. Oh man, nothing like a Mauser action. How's that? You know, I'm the first person to discover that, right? And it's not been a secret for a long time. So let's put some more of these in here. Clips just work beautifully, and it took me a while to I don't know, grow fond of clip-fed bolt actions. I think I just hadn't used them a lot, and I think the actually SKS was one of my first clip-fed rifles, and it's a little more awkward because it's a 10-round clip, and it's just more awkward, and I'm probably not doing it right with it. But when you get a 5-round clip like this, well, they just go in there like butter. And like I was saying, you can just push the bolt forward and that'll come out. But those little rascals have gotten expensive over the last few years, so let's just save them. How's that? All right, let's take a couple more shots with this beautiful rifle. That again, 1943, so it should have seen action. You never know, where and exactly what kind of action or who carried it, doing what. But 1943, as I've said before, you're talking about right there in the kind of the middle of World War II. So there were not a lot of rifles, especially German rifles and any rifles, just sitting in storage, at that time. They were needed, and your safety, of course, straight up is safe. It won't fire. You can work the bolt all the way over, locks everything up. The old Mauser action, as I've shown you before. It really looks good in this this lighting. It's of course, I'm just genuinely sick, aren't I? A lot of people would look at an old rifle like this and think it's ugly. Yeah, and then some people too would think it's ugly because it's not an American rifle. But I'm sorry if you have not discovered the joys of firing a German Mauser. I'm sorry for you. And you know what we ought to do? Let's put one on the gong. I think it's hard enough; it won't hurt it too much. Yeah, I just felt like we needed to do that. And I'm going to smoke a little more pot right there. Oh, here's some pot here to smoke. First, I'll put a couple on that target. I'm empty. And I didn't put one in my pocket. But if you got those clips handy, it loads pretty quick, like that. Just pretend it was handy. Look at that. You can just pop them in there, man, and you're ready to go. I'll find that one in a minute. Yeah. So, there's another 2-liter. A little more pot over there needs smoking. Guess what? I've got one more round in here. Let's go ahead and take that melon out. Whoa! Woo! Hope I didn't get watermelon in the action. Good old bolt gun. It's hard to hurt one and to mess it up, really. Yeah, we'll shoot a couple more, okay? It is a chapter 2, just kind of shooting, blabbing, linking to the first video. I think we've done a main video with this rifle, and we've done a woods walk with it. And this is the first time we brought it out for the second time, I started to say. So it is the first chapter 2. But it's neat, everything's matching, even on the sling connectors, just everything. The bolt, I showed you that in the first video, I believe. So it's pretty cool, knowing that this is the way it shipped, it was made. Now we got watermelon everywhere. How'd that happen? So pretty cool. And as I've said before, and I reiterate this a lot, I know, but it is so neat to be able to take a firearm like this that was used in World War II, that was in all likelihood issued and used, and keep it going. You know, take care of it, fire it, clean it, enjoy it. And of course there's that other element. You don't want to get too caught up in what a firearm might have done, because mainly the firearm has done nothing. Some person might have done something, holding it, of course, right? And I understand, I see comments occasionally, you know, especially maybe some of these firearms that might have been, you know, carried by Nazis or something or whatever. I understand it, okay? I kind of get beyond that with firearms, you know, and as most people do. As I have said before, I think we have to get beyond that emotional side of that, not let that like cloud our thinking too much, because that's kind of, in a way, the same kind of thinking that gets you thinking in terms of guns being violent, you know, in a way, kind of like some of the gun banner wannabes, you know. So it kind of gets into that territory in my way of thinking. You know, they see a gun and all they can think of is the death it could cause, you know. So I think we'd be careful of that. You know, even if you see a firearm and maybe there's a good chance it has caused death, you know, somewhere in battle or something. Yeah, so anyway, if that makes any sense, but I try not to make sense too often. Because if I do, you'll expect it, right? If I make sense pretty often, you'll expect it every time I speak. And I'm not about to do that. That takes too much thinking. All right, we got a bowling pin, don't we? Let's just pop him. Got a couple of them. All right, and then we'll let you get to dinner. And I think I'll go over, oh no, I see a 12-ounce can right there. Woo! Sent it flying, didn't it? And we got one or two left for red plate. Yeah, one more. Let's hit the one on the right. You know what that means. I can't quit on a miss. I'm sorry. Sorry, folks. I don't know what it is about that one over there. Let's try him again. Okay. I don't know. What's going on with it? Okay, so now we got 4 rounds. Well, there's a cinder block right here. Piece of one. And there's a little piece over there. So I did need 5 rounds. Yeah. Okay. And let's pop both of these bowling pins hanging here. Spun him a little bit. This one's hollow, I think, just about. So I noticed when John shot it the other day, it didn't do anything, and I know he hit it. So yeah, we'll take that off. It's a beautiful rifle, and I want you to see it as it ought to be seen. Good old, again, the BYF means it was made in Oberndorf, and the 43 on there means it was made in, guess when? 1943. Yeah, 1940. I started to say 1843. 1943. So, wow, pretty cool to have a correct German Mauser and have one that old, the Kar 98K, 8mm, 7.92 by 57, right, to be exact in terms of the caliber. I think of it as a 30 caliber. A lot of you gave me a hard time about that in the use the right cartridge or ammo video, because I grouped it in with the 30 caliber. But I mean, nothing is exactly 30 caliber. This one's more like a 32 or whatever, but others are like a 31, but anyway, in that ballpark. But it's a little bigger, you know, than a 30-06 in terms of diameter. It's not quite as powerful, I guess, in most of the ammo configurations, you know, as a 30-06, but it's not dramatically different. Some of you that have done a lot of experimentation and chronographing and all that kind of thing could speak to that. Lots of videos I see people listing velocities of everything and all kinds of. I saw one today, one of the videos, people who really are into that a lot more so than I am. I just like to shoot. If you didn't notice that, it's kind of an undisputed fact. So good old German Mauser, the Kar 98K, made in Oberndorf, out here for a chapter 2 on a beautiful, it's warm, it's hot, I'm sweaty. But other than that, it's a gorgeous evening, and we might just hang around and shoot it for a couple more hours, but we're going to let you get back to dinner and petting your puppies and your cats and hamsters. Life is good.
Oh, hey, I didn't realize the video was still going. Well, since you guys are still here, I guess I'll tell you about our friends over at SDI, the Sonoran Desert Institute. You can check them out at sdi.edu. Definitely check them out if you're interested in getting a certification in gunsmithing or an associate's degree in firearms technology. They are a fully accredited online distance learning program, so check them out at sdi.edu. And also, don't forget to check out our friends over at vaultecsafe.com. You've seen their safes on our shooting table. They make some really cool pistol safes and lots of other things, so go check them out at their website. And then while you're on your computer, if you've got the internet, which I assume you do if you're looking at these other websites, maybe go and check out some of our other stuff like hickok45.com. And also you can go to, well, I guess this would be on your phone. You can go to any of this on your phone. You can go to Instagram, The Real Hickok 45 at Instagram, on Instagram, and then there's also Hickok 45 on Twitter. There's Hickok 45 on Facebook. There's also the Hickok 45 and Son Facebook and YouTube channel, and then John_Hickok 45 on Instagram. And there's full30.com. We're everywhere. We are all over the place on the internet. You've got no excuse for not looking at some of our stuff on the internet. And just kidding. There's actually lots of really good excuses for that. And we also have a Patreon now. Some of you guys are interested in supporting us on Patreon. So we finally set that up. So you can find us over there. Just Hickok 45 over on Patreon. And man, I guess that's all I have to say. And I really gotta take off here. And I brought this car because I need to get somewhere really fast. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll let you guys get back to whatever you were doing. And I'll see you later. Appreciate it. All right, get the right keys here. Hopefully it starts. It might not. Oh.